Live from the SoFi Stadium, this is Jay Godí, and you're watching the T Behind the Music. Always extra. I am outside of Beyonce's concert because it's opening night tonight. So I came out here to interview people. So a lot of the podcast today will be more interviews, but I will break down one of my songs. We'll do it like very quickly. I don't want to do too like crazy and make it long, especially because I'm running out of battery. And I brought a battery pack, but my dumbass did not bring the cable. So the song that I picked for this week is called You Don't Know Me. And it was heavily inspired by Beyonce, of course. This is why I'm out here doing this. The timing was perfect because this was supposed to be the next song. So, baby, the Lord works in mysterious ways. My English still hasn't improved, but we're working on it. I think it's when I get nervous, my accent gets a little bit thicker. So it happens. Just bear with me, please. Thank you. So when I first started the song, I made the beat in 2019 and I wanted to do like a kind of like a Doja Cat Say So vibe mixed with like blow and give you like a little bit of like, originally it was supposed to be a sensual song because I wanted it to feel like a little wave going up, but that all went out the window and it ended up becoming something more inspirational and kind of like, not trying to prove myself to people, but more of being like a bad bitch energy. Like, you know what? You can laugh at me. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter because you don't know me. So that's what started the You Don't Know Me vibe. And that's what started the You Don't Know Me era. So let's get into it. And then, what's happening in this camera? Hold down. Hold down. Okay. I think it's almost going to die. So we're going to screw that camera and get onto this one when that happens, because we're going to push through it. So when I started building the song, it was just a chord progression that was inspired by Doja Cat. Then I switched it up a little bit because I didn't want it to be exactly the same. And I also wanted the instrumentation to be a little bit different. And I came across this synthesizer that was it felt like the rising strings. And I was like, I kind of like that. Then I added a delay into it to give it a little bit more flow, to feel like you're like floating in a wave and all this stuff. Like the original concept of the song, I wanted it to give like blow music video vibes, because before I started working on the beat, I was watching a bunch of music videos and I was just obsessed with Beyonce with the rollerblades, doing the little thing, doing the blow. Not doing the blow. Oh my God, no, not doing the blow. Doing the, just rolling in we'll cut that out. Now we'll keep it in. Not doing the blow. Doing the blow choreography. And I wanted to give off that vibe because I wanted to be able to perform like that at my skating rink in Sacramento, which was called King Skate at the time. And I wanted to give off like Beyonce vibes. We're going there and all that stuff. But as I was making the song, it ended up feeling a little different. So it was kind of giving more beach vibes. So I kind of just tapped into that and switched it up for like the next few instruments that I was working on. Then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to give off like a little funky bass and kind of give you like work it out Beyonce. So then I started listening to it and I was trying to recreate that same bass that she used in her song. But at the time, I wasn't a very good producer. So I was just kind of doing whatever I could get in there. So I was just like, okay, give me the little funky bass, push a little bit, but it wasn't giving anything. So I was just like, okay, baby, let me calm down. Let me get it together. But this is what I ended up coming up with for the bass part. I honestly love that bass because it was my first time playing with when I used to make music, started off just kind of trying to what's the word? Just using whatever the system was. But this was my first time actually like adding umph into the bass and like playing around with like the sound and like mixing it myself so I can create my own unique sound. And it was really cool to try it. I obviously didn't get the result I wanted, but I was happy with what I ended up with. And honestly, when that bass comes in every time I perform live, it's like the best fucking feeling in the world. So thankful for that. So after I was happy with the bass and how everything kind of flowed, I added these Iceland mallets to kind of bounce off of the song and give you like a little bit of like a fight between the two beats and just give you like a little more jump. Like I said, I was going out for work it out vibes. So I wanted the song to have a little bit of rhythm, a little bit of bounce. So this is what that sounds like. Dun, 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 dun. I love it. It's cute. Now, I'm not gonna lie. When I made the drums, they're pretty basic. I just used what the system was, and I always use the same drum machine. my One of my close friends called me out on that. He's like, "Bro, you use the same fucking drum machine for all your songs. You need to stop that shit. You need to switch it up." I did add a little bit of extra kicks just to give it a little bit more umph, but that was as much as I did. My That's my biggest weakness is the drum pattern because I'm not normally a drummer. But when I ended up doing the IC remix, my cousin came through with the fucking drum pattern, and it was like, oof. So that version is the one I play when I perform live because it just gives off a little bit more energy. And also my cousin ate. Shout out to you, Carlos. Thank you for coming through and killing that drum because every time I come out, I feel more like a bad bitch when his version comes on. So as I mentioned, when I was building the beat, I was kind of just I wanted to give off like a space roller rink vibe, which is was I was going for. I wanted to have like weird sounds, kind of like you're floating to space. So there's these little like in the background, and that's just like a little. I think the instrument was called like Stars Drifting By, and it literally felt like that, like you were flying through space and all that stuff. And the way that I can listen to this. The vibe of it is I wanted to feel like something was lurking, watching me. So like as I was building the song, I was also building lyrics, which we'll talk about the lyrics after this. But I wanted it to be like something was lurking, watching me because, like I said, originally the song was supposed to be like a not sexual, like a loving song, like you're in love with somebody because it was gonna give say so vibes. But then it ended up turning into like I'm a bad bitch. So I wanted it to feel like people watching you in the background, kind of like seeing everything you're doing, not supporting, but kind of like just creeping in. So those sounds represent those people in the background. Also, it was a way to let these hoes know that I know they're watching me. I know what's going on. Majority of the time, I always know what's going on. I just let you bitches do what you do because I need you to show me who you are. So once I got to the hook part of the song, I wanted to have like a little funky moment with like the bells, kind of like a little kid ringing the doorbell, going like, because like I said, I was playing a lot with this song. I was having too much fun. And it just reminded me of like being a child and like going up to people's houses and trying to make a beat out of the doorbell. So I'd be like, "Do-do-do-do-do." And people were like, "Hey, you stop doing that." And I was like, "No, bitch, I'm here to have fun. I'm visiting. You should be welcomed by my presence." It was nice to have that same feeling of like being a child playing around. And I wanted to give that vibe in the song to get you a little bit excited once you get to the hook. Then once I realized the song wasn't giving like roller rink vibes, I was just like, okay, cool. It's kind of giving beach vibes. So I'm going to lean into that. So then I recorded the in the background just to kind of give you a little bit more of like a Beach Boys vibe. Think of like Hannah Montana in the movie and she's at the beach. That's kind of the vibe that I was going for those vocals being in the background. It wasn't intentional, but I'm realizing now it kind of feels like a little roller coaster. Like when you hear the screaming going down, it's kind of like that, but more relaxed, more cute. You know, it's a little vibe. It's giving like a little bit of Caribbean vibes, like you're on a cruise and all that stuff. Like it was giving beach vibes, so I just leaned into it as much as I could because I was like, you know what? Let's have fun. Let's do it, baby. All right, let's get into the lyrics. You're such a guy that you wanna be me. What a shame because you will never be. All the strength I have you will never see. So love yourself if you wanna be free. With those lyrics, I wanted to talk about one, show people to love themselves, and also like, because here's the thing. For some reason, I have always had people that are doing better than me or people that are like better financially than me kind of, I don't know if the word is envy, but kind of envy me and like come at me and like always try to like make me feel less than. And I was like, I don't know why you're doing that. Like, my thing is lead with love, spread love, and do this. And I feel like ever since I've become more confident in myself and in my character, people have always tried to find some problem with me. So it's like, I took that and I was like, you know what? It's such a guy that you want to be me. But it's such a shame because you will never be. But if you want to get close to yourself, you got to love yourself. So that was kind of what I was going for with that. It's pretty simple, but I wanted to start off with a powerful message. I wanted the song to be like, this is what I'm doing. And then I'm going to tell you I'm a bad bitch. Next part of the lyrics was, "You're so mad because I'm stronger than you think." Oh, no. No. Next part of the, not me forgetting my own words. Hold on. Next part of the song was, "You're so mad because I'm smarter than you think. All you fools keep on trying to cut my bank. That won't work because nothing's stopping me. I will find you before it's your time to flee." So the truth about this is I hate the line, and I shouldn't, but I hate the line where it says, "All these fools trying to cut my bank," because to me, it doesn't make sense, but it flew at that time. Like, listen, my English is not the best. We have been working on it. It's a lot better now than it was when I first started like writing songs. But like at that time, I just couldn't find a replacement word for the word cut that would flow perfectly and not mess up my accent. Because I've tried different variations and it was not working. But we pushed through it. We got the song, and also I wanted to talk about that thing is like these people that are doing better than me just kept trying to come to me. And I was like, you know what? What is meant for me, and I said this before, what is meant for me is going to be there. There's nothing anybody can do to take me out. So good luck, baby. Love yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Don't, like Beyonce said, don't hurt yourself. When you play me, you play yourself. Now this is the hook. You don't know me. You can't be me. Love yourself or you're never gonna be free. Oh, you dummy. Don't be scummy. Keep on laughing. I don't care because you don't know me. The reason I wrote it the way that I did for that one. Oh, wait, hold on. And in the background is, I'm that bitch. I'm sat bitch. Well, I'll find a way to put that in the background. You know what? We'll figure it out. But the reason why I wrote it like that was because I wanted to hold on to that message of like, you will never be free if you don't love yourself. And if you keep trying to come at me, you're just going to keep slapping yourself in the face. So don't try me. Don't test me. I'm not the one. Stay in your lane. That was the vibe that I was going for there. Also, because this is the hook, I wanted to have something that was empowering to yourself. I wanted to be able to empower others by empowering myself and being able to show people like, you know what, you can lead with love. You can love yourself. Just be free. That's all you got to do. You don't got to worry about what nobody else is doing. You don't got to worry about nothing. You just take care of yourself, be proud of your own character and carry yourself accordingly. Because when you lead with love and you take care of people, people take care of you. It's always worked like that. I have been very blessed to have good people around me and to be able to achieve a lot of my dreams. And like, I'm out here outside of Beyonce's concert doing interviews, talking, like doing my podcast. Like this is old me would be too scared to be out here in public having a conversation like this. You know what I mean? So there's so much power in your own character and how you hold yourself. So continue to do so. Be good. Love yourself or you're never going to be free. Baby. This is my favorite part because when I was writing these lyrics, I was just kind of like, what's the word? This I cannot think. What's happening? Okay. Writing this part of the song, I was having too much fun because I was like, I just want something gay and something kind of just like fun and whimsical and just, like kind of like you're floating like a little fairy and all that stuff. So I was like, okay. So these are the lyrics for that. I have everything I need by my side, keeping my area neat, how I like. I don't got time for greed. No, 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 no. I'm trying to polish my technique. Work, 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 work. Like I said, the theme of the song was self-empowerment. So it was like, you know what? I have everything I need by my side, which is God, myself, my self-worth, my love, and good people around me. And the keeping my area neat is a little nasty, but I was just trying to have a double meaning. So it was like keeping my area neat, like keeping my surroundings clean, like clean slate, like I'm not like dirty. I don't have any bad energy around me. So it's that meaning along with also just like keeping my area neat. Like I said, it was nasty, but also inspiration. I don't know what I'd be saying sometimes, but sometimes I just come up with these ideas and they make sense in my head. So I hope that makes sense in your head. The I don't got time for greed was just kind of like a bonus into it. Just kind of like, I don't need to step over people to get to where I want to be in my life. I don't need to do none of that because I'm me. So it was like that simple. And then trying to polish my technique is like, yeah, I'm polishing my work. So work, 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 work. Because I'm putting in the work to polish myself, to be able to be out here and have these conversations and do what I need to do for myself. And I have been so thankful and so lucky to have people in my life that inspired me. Like, honestly, who got me to move out to LA was a guy named Ben Haggerty. I'm always give you credit, bro, because if it wasn't for you kind of guiding me, I would not be here in LA following my dreams and chasing my goals. And the fact that you're somewhere in there right now is crazy. But yeah, no, it's cute. I'm very thankful to have people in my life that have inspired me and also guided me through this journey. And I am very blessed. And it all starts with leading with love, honestly. I'm trying not to get emotional. Let me relax. So the next part of the lyrics, I wanted to be able to be extra. So I wrote it in a way where it's like simple in the track, but when I perform it live, it's a little bit more dramatic. So I'm going to do the live version. Actually, I'm going to do both. I'm going to do the regular version and the live version so you can see the difference of how I wrote it. That way it makes a little bit more sense. Nobody's gonna dim my light, no. Nobody's gonna take my pride, no. Maybe that's 'cause I'm a Leo with the focus of a Virgo. With the focus of a Virgo was me learning from Beyoncé and staying focused within myself. Because as Leos, we can be a little bit... We're very determined, but there's times where we get a little bit too distracted by our surroundings. So... because we're always on the hunt, baby. But Beyonce has always helped me kind of stay level-headed and focus on my career and what I need to do for myself. So that's why I wrote it that way. And let me sing the live version. Nobody's gonna dim my light, no. Nobody's gonna take my pride, no. Maybe that's 'cause I'm a Leo. You don't know me. Then it goes into the song. But yeah, like I said, I wanted it to be extra so that when you hear the live version, you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. And that was kind of the vibe that I was going for because I like to be extra. And like I said, I learned from Beyonce. So with the focus of a Virgo, it's giving Virgo. Also, with those lyrics, I wanted to tell motherfuckers that you can't dim my light. No matter what you tell me, no matter what doubt you want to bring into my life, it's not going to work. Because even if I'm down, I'm going to find a way to get back in track and to get back into myself. So nothing can stop me, baby. Stop trying. Stop wasting your time. You are playing yourself. Don't hurt yourself. So that was You Don't Know Me and how everything came together. It honestly, it's a little bit surreal being out here and doing it in public the way that I know I normally film at the beach, but the beach is very calming to me. So it makes it easier. But being like in public and talking to myself like this is a little weird. So this was a good way for me to be like, you know what, baby, let's go. You're doing it. You're doing what you can. And I just interviewed a whole bunch of people. So after this beautiful commercial starting me, we are going to get into some Beehive questions. I don't know, man. I just feel like ever since I downloaded Duolingo, it's just taking over my life. The only reason I even downloaded this was so I could make songs in Portuguese because I wanted to try a new language and be cute on stage. I just want to move on with my life. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show that little bird.
Os cavalos não são grandes.
Os cavalos não são grandes. Biscoito salgado. Oh, I got it right, baby.
O cozinheiro come ovos fritos.
O cozinheiro come ovos fritos. That's what I'm talking about. You can't beat me, little bird. She reads big books because she's a big girl.
A uva é doce e azeda.
A uva é doce e azeda. Oh, I got the freaking nice Duolingo.
Tu.
Potatos, batatas, small, pequeño, apples, masas, bitter, amargo. Hey, we made it through. Now leave me the alone. Hey, this is Jay Godí with Tea Behind the Music. We're outside of Beyonce's concert. She's about to go up. We're excited. It's going to be a good time. Where was I? Okay. Now I'm nervous. Not me getting nervous. Lead with not being nervous. we'll leave it on. Because guess what? This is live, baby.
This is real tea behind the music.
That's right. So tell us your name, where you're from.
My name is Alice. I live in the Bay Area, but I'm from Brazil.
My name is Elton. I'm from Dallas, Texas.
I am Natalia and I'm from Brazil.
Aylin, I'm from Maryland.
Damien, Chicago, Illinois.
My name is Sammy and I'm from Brazil.
I'm Paulo. I'm from Brazil, but I live in the Bay Area.
My name is Jay Julian. I am from Houston, Texas, birthplace of Beyonce knows. You know what's up, baby? Yeah.
My name is Deja and I am from Charlotte, North Carolina.
That's what I'm talking about. You came out here to see Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter?
Yes, all the way from North Carolina. This is my first time ever in California, and this is my first time at an opening night show for Beyonce. So we're getting all the first today. All the first.
We popping cherries. She says she come to turn that cherry out. Turn that cherry out. That's what I'm talking about. You came all the way from Brazil for opening night?
No, I live in the Bay. Yeah, but we came from San Francisco. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how do you like Brazil compared to the Bay Area?
There's no comparison because they're so different. But I love the Bay. So, yeah. And I love B too. So.
The Bay. She's like, I be in the Bay. I be for B. Yeah. So, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited because I'm with all my friends. Like, it's 10 of us, 10 of Brazilians with flags. So, like, we are going to put that stage down.
What has been your biggest inspiration moment from Beyonce?
I first discovered Beyonce back when she was with Destiny's Child. And honestly, just her hard work, dedication to the fans, her artistry. So when I see Beyonce do that, even though I'm not a celebrity and I don't make music, it makes me want to apply some of those same tactics to what I'm doing in my life.
Beyonce is the standard of how you should move and treat people, how you should move along your industries. And like, I feel like I haven't heard anybody say anything besides the crazy people in the world that say bad things about her. I haven't seen anybody in the industry where they're like, oh, Beyonce was like this. No, everybody's like, she's so kind. She's very humble. She's very sweet. So as a fan, do you feel like you carry yourself in the same way?
Oh, absolutely. But I'm more of a stinger bee a little bit. So Beyonce said the hive, we will do what she can't. So, but yes, we all have to carry ourselves with some form of grace. And, you know, the best revenge is your paper. So we're not going to go back and forth with people. We're not going to do that.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
That's why we can show up for the queen and give her a coin.
Always. We're going to take care of the queen.
Where was I? Okay. What has been something that Beyonce has inspired you to do with your own life?
So Beyonce has inspired me to push forward and also to forget the haters, forget the people that just want to critique you. Porque at the end of the day, it's you, not them, you.
Confidence, for sure. Like, she's so empowered and she sticks for like America and people and gays, and just what an amazing woman she is.
After watching Homecoming, being a junior in high school, that inspired me to go to a HBCU. And seeing that, it just transformed my life. The work ethic, what she put into it, I transferred that into every experience I have in my life.
What has been your biggest challenge that Beyonce has helped you overcome going into the school?
Oh, it's a good question.
We like to go in deep and tea behind the music, baby.
So I was in college during the pandemic. Going back home during that time and still persevering through the work, definitely. When things got tough, I remember looking back to that movie. She pushed through, even with the diet. When she pushed through with the diet and the apple, I said, I can do this. And I end up graduating early.
I had a biggest dream in life that I had no idea that was there in my heart. But I went to her Renaissance concert, and that day, she elevated myself that day. That was my first Beyonce's concert experience. I went back home and I decided to pursue my dream. That was to be a skydiver. So now I'm a licensed skydiver because of Beyonce. Yes, goosebumps all over. That's true. I was like, I'm here. I see you. You see me. And I feel like I can do anything. And I did it. I've been doing it, you know?
First of all, that's incredible. You're a licensed skydiver.
Yes, fuck yeah. We do jump out of planes here. Mm-hmm.
How has Beyonce inspired you?
You can be yourself, and she gives me power with her songs, especially with her lyrics.
My biggest inspiration is on her songs that she talks a lot about racism and empowerment for Black women. So these have helped me to, I think, empower myself as a Black woman. So every time that I'm feeling down or I'm feeling like the world is tired trying to knock me down, I listen to some like Black Parade or some like Freedom or Be Alive. So, so I can empower myself. I cry, of course, but then I like, let's go, world.
So for independent artists that are looking to reach that level of success and are working hard, from your experience watching Beyonce, what would be a way that they should find their own authentic self in their music?
I would say block out the noise. Stay off of social media. Everybody's a critic. Everybody's, an unofficial therapist. Everybody's all these unofficial titles. So block out the noise. Focus on your art. Focus on what you want to present. Take a chance. Be a risk taker. Don't worry about the number ones. Focus on the quality. What are you putting out there? And if it's good, then that's the business for you. In the words of Beyonce, if she put this shit out, I'm sorry, can I say that?
You can cuss anything.
She said, if I put this out and they don't like it, and you're worried about the numbers and being popular and being liked, then that's probably the wrong business for you. So for someone that is coming into the industry, I feel as though that they need to just focus on the quality, focus on something they truly love. And I mean, they'll go places. And Beyonce did that. She was just a, country girl from Houston, Texas, and her mom made her outfit. She didn't start out in labels. Nobody wanted to dress 4 Black girls from Houston, Texas, Third Ward. So, she stayed true to who she was. She stayed true to the craft. And at some point, the success found her. So that's what I would say. Just stay true to what you want to do.
Definitely to stay in your lane. I don't see Beyonce chasing trends. Of course, as fans, we want her to do a little bit more sometimes, but we respect that because she doesn't have to. Be yourself, stand true in what you are, and let your work speak for what it is.
That's a good question. I think the most important thing is that artists need to be true to themselves. If you come on the stage trying to give Beyonce, you're in a room full of Beyonce fans, we're going to clock that and be yourself, kind of try and find your audience, but also at the same time, don't be discouraged if people aren't jumping out of their seats or, whatever, like walking away, like still put on that show. Because for every 100 person that's sitting, there's probably like 1, 2, 5, 10 that are like, ooh, I like this. I see what's going on. So definitely stay true to yourself, stay true to your music, what interests you. Of course, definitely don't be afraid to take risks, but stay true to yourself. A lot of people can sense the energy. We can feel what's going on. And if we feel like you're being fake and phony on the stage, why would we want to support that?
Amen. Stay true to yourselves. Be the baddest. And also, one thing that I always like to add is lead with love.
I like that. Lead with love. Yes.
Yourself, be authentic. Example, she's always been herself. You don't see anybody like that. So be authentic, and then take risks, because another example, she took a lot of risk with this album. It's the best. You got everybody, 70,000 people for 5 nights coming here just to see her for this tour, and just be yourself and try your best and take risks. That's all you got to do.
Try your best and take risks, kids.
Don't be afraid. Do what you gotta do, and just trust your gut and be free.
And lead with love.
Don't listen to anything besides your gut and follow your heart, even though people say doesn't make any sense, or doesn't matter what they say. You know your truth. So keep it going.
Don't give up. Also, do networking, because I think it's very important for you talk to anybody, not just people in the business, because those people that are not in the business, maybe they know someone in the business, So I'm also a costume designer. So I hope to be a Ruth Carter in the future. So just talk to anybody, anywhere. And for example, I got to do some films just by saying I'm a student for costume design. And then the person just say oh, I have a friend and a friend of a friend, So I think that's how you started. And also keep trying to share your passion and share your talent with the world. Someone one day is going to see it and you got to be ready for it. Yeah.
I always say, be prepared. I'll tell you a little story. So before I had my first performance, I don't know what got into me. So I had gotten fired from a job because they were trying to It was a sexual harassment thing, and I reported the guy because he was trying to take advantage of me, and I was new and I didn't know how to stand up to myself. I got let go from that job, and something in me just said, while you're waiting for something to come through, start rehearsing like you're about to perform. So I started practicing, coming up with choreography for the songs that I was working on. Next thing you know, 6 months later, I got asked to perform at Sacramento Pride. And I was like, so it was one of those things where it's like, okay, something's coming out. So it came out, I did that. And now I'm being asked to prepare again. So we're working with doing things. So that's why I appreciate what you said about networking and doing this stuff, because everything slowly just. So the question is, what has been the song that made the biggest impact in your life that Beyonce has inspired to get through?
Ooh, yeah, getting in real deep.
Cozy. Yeah. And I mean, Renaissance to me was the album. But I think Cozy and I Am That Girl. And I mean, these songs are just like gave me a boost of energy and confidence that I wasn't having in a long time.
I mean, I've loved Beyonce forever. She's gotten me through so much, but the past year, when Cowboy Carter came out, it was right on time. And the way it hit me and resonated with what I was going through, outside of like even the family member, but like with work and things, I just felt like, especially with like Blackbird, I was like, wow, I just feel so seen with this album. And honestly, I was shocked too, because I'm not a big country girl, but this album, I listened to it straight through and I was like, let me listen to it again. But I will say, this album especially, it really helped the past year. She really helped me come out of the funk I was in a little bit. It's helped certain family members come out of their funks as well. Definitely shout out to Cowboy Carter.
Dead ass. No, seriously. I mean, I feel that because like for me, especially last year, I was like going through some financial problems. And it was just kind of like that line in Flamingo where she's like, I need God to know that I'm in need right now. Oh,
I hope she plays Alien Superstar. I know it's from Renaissance album, but it's my favorite song.
so what's your favorite about Alien Superstar?
You know that line, you talk a certain way, you walk a certain way, you dress a certain way, you receive that energy. Even like if you're just listening to her songs, you feel that power, you know?
What has been a lyric that's been stuck in your like chest?
I will say, and this is from one of my favorite Beyonce songs, but diamonds used to be cold, look young because they got soul. That song, oh my God, I love That's Why You're Beautiful. And literally, just because you're in the ground, you're at the bottom, boom, baby, you're a diamond. You maybe have a little dirt, maybe a little scratched up, whatever, but girl, you're just going through a rough patch. You're going to get there and you're going to shine. I love that. I love That's Why You're Beautiful.
I was not expecting that song, but that's amazing because that's one of those songs where that is kind of a little bit more obscure in the community. But
it definitely makes you feel good. Well, me. It makes me feel good. Like I hear that song and I'm like, that's right. Diamonds used to be cold, young because they got sold. Yes, and that's why you're beautiful. Come on now. Come on now, Beyonce. Long term, been eating us up with the lyrics.
From the top of the morning, I shine. All the through the night.
that's how she wakes up in the morning from the top.
It feels so good to be alive. I think especially with the song is from the movie, right? The movie with Serena. For example, even though all odds are against Black women, the minority, you need to keep fighting for, like because that's how our ancestor got the rights that we have today. And we're trying to not get them to take our rights away again.
Amen, because fuck y'all. Don't test us. No, I always told people, it's like, we're not going to let them do that to us. We're going to fight. We're going to keep going. Why would we let anybody corner us where there's more of us than there is of them now? Because we're free to be ourselves. We're free to express how we are. So guess what? Try us, baby.
Yeah. And I hope like this tour, she talks more about like some, I don't know, I want some freedom and be alive, something to like protest. Like Kendrick did it on Super Bowl. So I'm hoping like something like, come on, Beyonce, talk to us,
If someone got asked to open up for Beyonce, what do they need to bring to the stage?
Ooh, I think attitude for sure. They need to engage with the public because like we are the people who make this work, right? And also, let me see. some lyrics that we know. I think that the new artist needs to bring the lyrics that they wrote, but also some lyrics that we all know, so we can like bring the community together. Yeah, especially for example, you just sing a Beyonce concert and then a Beyonce song, and you're like you want everybody.
Show up the outfit. Look at that. I love your necklace. You got the B here. The outfit.
I handmade everything. The jeans were thrifted and I cut them up, painted them, bedazzled them, all that fun stuff. The shirt I bought, flipped it inside out, painted it, bedazzled it. This belt I got off Etsy. Shout out to Nandy. The hat I decorated, bedazzled, glitter, everything. Everything was done by me.
We love a good shopper because I'm about to learn from you because I'm going to be here next week. So I got to make sure that I got my outfit ready. I cut up one of my little shirts. It's like a button-up shirt that I've had for years. I was like, okay, Cowboy Carter time. Cut it out. Make the sleeves a little tone. Show off the little muscles. Been working out. Trying.
So I have a Zara. I don't know if you can see it. A Zara cowboy boot, Chipova Luena pants, and an Amazon basic white button-up shirt. And a few little jewelry pieces, but something simple.
How did you come about putting this together?
There is a picture of her going out with Jay-Z for dinner with like a romper and stuff. And I was like, girl, I want to feel that way too. And I'm feeling it today. I got like a bow tie and everything with my niche. I was like, yes, let's go.
Tell me about your tattoo. I'm like obsessed. I just noticed it.
So I made that for my grandpa. He used to love birds. And yeah. And wasn't plain at all. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So one day someone was like, oh, would you make a tattoo? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, I'm a tattoo artist. Do you want to do it right now? I was like, oh, okay, sure. Aries, let's do it right now. So it's watercolor, but the bird is like for his soul. But he was someone super happy and colorful. That's why.
So as a stylist and designer, because your style is like incredible, you came in, even like the color, like the glasses with the... she knows what she's doing. You're hired. One. Number two is for a new artist, how would you tell them to find their own style if they've never had it because they've always had to pretend to be something that they weren't for so long and now they're kind of like getting into themselves?
I think his style is more about confidence. And at first, like for example, I need to work on my mental health to have this confidence to show who I am and to show, for example, sometimes the way that we want to dress is the way that people that we see and people that person as an idol, something, but is not actually your style. So like, I think you need to work on like mental health and like, just let's ask like, do I really like this? Like, do I really like a V-neck? Do I really like that? Like a turtleneck or something? Like, this is not my style. So like, it is fun. The fun thing about style is like you just play, it's play you that like one day you dress as like a turtleneck or something like that. It doesn't work. So like try another day dressing like another thing. And then like, you're like, okay, I'm feeling so good about myself. I don't care about anything that anybody say about me, So that's the best thing.
For me, I always say lead with love and always take care of your mental health because that really makes a big difference. And I noticed that with me, when I was going through it, everything was blocked. Now that I finally like learned to love myself more, learned to lead with love. I always led with love, but I was always scared. Yeah, closed off. So that's beautiful. So we're going to play a game called Finish the Lyric. Let's see if you're ready for this. Come here, you sexy little thing.
You know I love to turn you on. That face, then you'll know. You'll know the pressure.
Yes, indeed. Anytime I tell people I'm a singer, they're like, sing. I was like, bro, give me a song at least. Goddamn. All right, I'm going to make it easy.
Okay.
Let's see if we got this, okay? I feel like falling in love.
I'm in the mood to fuck something up.
Talking about on the first try. Yes. Bam. You like, excuse me, you couldn't give me that one? Wildfire burn his house down. Insurance ain't gonna pay no fan to me.
Yeah. You sound beautiful.
And that, my friends, is a win. Never met a girl with a mind like this. No.
Oh my God.
time like this, my love. Never met a girl so fine like this. No. Period.
That's what I'm talking about. Found the truth beneath your lies.
The true love in the past too high. Breaking broken wings for my, changing broken wings for my. Yeah.
So I'm learning Portuguese because I want to write a song in Portuguese. So that's why I want you to test me real quick, okay? I can't believe I'm doing this. Thank you, Duolingo. Okay. Eu não falo com fake hoes.
You don't speak with what?
Fake hoes. Yeah. Thank you. Eu frito frango.
Perfect.
Perfect, chef. We're getting there, baby. Yes. We're practicing Duolingo. Not sponsored. Pay me, little bird.
My partner was trying to impress me. And then, like, when you try to say bread in Portuguese, kind of sounds like pau, which is like a slang for dick. And then he was like, well, I love to eat dick and eat and drink milk. And I was like, what?
So there's two ways to say.
There's two ways to say pau.
Yeah, you can say pão or pau. Yeah, and pau is like dick and pão is bread. So, yeah.
That's funny. Good to know because I probably would be saying, I mean, I do love dick, so it's fine. It's funny so I say it. It works both ways. Yeah. So I'm learning Portuguese right now. I love fried chicken. So I'm going to have you check my Portuguese real quick. Eu frito frango porque me encanta. Oh, I keep doing that. What's the word for Spanish for me encanta? In Portuguese. Eu gosto. Okay. Porque eu gosto frango muy rico. Muito de frango. Eu gosto muito de frango. Eu gosto muito de frango. Yeah! Ah! I love that. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you so much. Now, one last thing you would like to say to any beehive out there that is wanting to change their lives.
I would say, like, you can be the change. You can do this. I know that a lot of news doesn't help it out at all. But like, if you see people leaving, you say like, oh, one day I want to do this. Like, one day I thought I was going to be on a Beyoncé concert. And now here I am. Like, I'm from Brazil and now in the USA, going to a Beyoncé concert. So everything is possible. Just dream.
Hey, this is Jay Godí live from the SoFi Stadium. I hope everybody's having a good time. Please tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Jay Julian. I am from Houston, Texas, birthplace of Beyonce knows. You know what's up, baby? Yeah.
Tell me about your inspiration for Beyonce. How has she inspired you in your own life and your own career?
Beyonce is like the artist of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's always inspiration on top of inspiration. It just feels like an intertwining of creative passions. The first time I saw Beyonce was at the rodeo. My dad took me to my first concert.
At the rodeo?
I still have the ticket.
He saw Beyonce at the rodeo. How was that experience?
I remember I was a fan, but I wasn't as much of like, I didn't know what I liked at that time. You know, I didn't even know I was who I was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I just remember my family walking around the stadium and just all the festivities. And I'm just like, every time seeing an entryway, I was just like looking over like, oh my gosh, she's on a horse, like her hair, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like she is really moving. She's a tornado. And it just was ingrained. And I just remember thinking like, why are we walking around and not gagging, sitting down, like, or like, you know, watching the whole thing. And still, I watched as much as I could, but still, it was a very memorable experience for me. But today, it was just so much serendipitousness that happened with this outfit for me. I saw my dad before he passed, and he passed of prostate cancer. And one of the last times I visited him, I went to Texas, and then she dropped the single Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. And it was just too wild to me to come back home in Texas. And then a little while later, my dad passed. And when I was going through his stuff, before he passed, he gave me this watch. And so I had to wear this today. You know, I never wear watches. So I had to. And then my mom, she got this with my name, my real name, my first name, from Africa. And so I have a little legacy there. And then with this jacket, I found this jacket in his stuff. And as soon as I pulled it out, I gasped. I'm like, she hadn't even announced the album yet, but I was like, I'm wearing this to the tour. You know what I'm saying? And so it had Texas on it, Texas Hold'em, and then on the back.
Live to ride. Okay.
It's just the culture of it. And it's just these boots as well. These are Capizio, which if you know anything about dance, Capizio is a big dance brand. I'm a dancer. And if you couldn't tell. And I found these in my dad's stuff as well. And they fit like a glove. And I just felt like they were meant for me. And so it was important for me to wear this. I feel like Beyonce's project is a lot about, and a lot of her work really is about a legacy. It's about like what she came from and what she's going towards. And it was important for me to wear this today.
Building self-love, empowerment, self-worth, which is key. Like Rocket was the first song that I ever felt sexy with, because my whole life I've been told I was the ugly duckling, the ugly person in the family. I was like, that was the first time that I really saw myself and then worked towards like taking care of my body and getting back into like a good mental place for me, not for anybody else, for me. And fuck those people.
Hey, isn't it amazing that a song, like there's so many songs that I feel like from a lot of artists that like really open me up in ways, and I can feel that in myself and like, how did that song do that or that piece of art do that? But I hear that from a lot of people with Beyonce is like this song that I wouldn't have expected to do something for someone that it did. Like what, you know what I mean? And I hear that, especially being in the Hive and coming to these events. It's family, you know, like, and it really reminds me of my purpose and my art as well.
Your art, talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a dancer. I'm a singer. I am a performer. I just finished a acting show. It was like an improv acting show. I paint and draw and like pottery. I do a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna continue to do new things. Like I really want to get into glasswork and, you know, like I don't know. It's like I would love to get into soldering stuff, like real cowboy type stuff. Like I would even love to have a farm. Like that's art to me. Like the art of growing meat to kill it. That's good.
Ooh, las vacas, y'all better beware.
Yeah, I can work some meat, but that's not we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that's a night for a WeHo.
Yes, but we could deal with that. We was talking about that a lot in Renaissance, but we're gonna see what we're talking about tonight. Oh my God.
It's gonna be so fun. Are you ready?
I don't know. She coming from here. She coming from here. Ooh.
I love that you know the choreo. So we're gonna play a game. It's called Finish the Lyric.
I thought you were about to say finish me off.
Ooh! That's why that would take a whole ass turn. We don't do none of that Harvey Weinstein shit here. That's crazy. Are you ready? Wildfire burned his house down, and Sherman ain't gonna pay no fan of me.
Now hold up, no liquor, please. And working man ain't got no money in the bank. Yeah. Turn up the fire in the radio.
What's the news nowadays?
Okay, I'm done. Y'all that song that you have to listen to because it's hard to tell.
Trust me, I've been singing it while running in the treadmill to practice my vocals. So I'm like, wildfire burned his house down, and Sharon ain't gonna pay no fan of me.
Yeah. I can do that.
Hey, breath control.
Yeah. And stay there. Yeah. It's just the nerves. I'm sorry.
No, trust me. I came in here. I did my intro like 5 times because I was just like, it's the same thing every time. This is my first time actually doing interviews today, so it's different. So we're stepping out of our comfort zone, doing something different. Obviously, Beyonce brings that out of us.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I actually host a podcast called The Uber Artist, and I know the vibe when you step out and you're like, you know what, this worked, and people vibe with me, and I'm having a great time with you. You definitely have elevated me. I'm over here walking around trying to find these upgrades, and I was like, you know what, I don't even care because this person has good energy. I need to like tap in.
I love that.
Yeah,
we have to bring in.
Yeah, lift your vibration to get to the place where you see yourself at.
And that's on Deadass Amen. I wish I could do the pop. It's always Very weak. I'm like, boy, get your tongue together.
I'm just happy they're coming out clean because it sucks when you be like, and they're like, damn, it's not the moment. It's not the moment.
Well, today's the moment because the vibration is high. She got me to start doing like ginger before any show, ginger shots before any show, honey with lemon, like on a green tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I add what's it called? There's another drink, coconut water, because especially like if we do have you done a festival like in the heat before?
Oh, yeah, Coachella.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ooh. So I performed at Sac Pride in Sacramento. And it was, yeah. I'm a singer. And I'm a singer. I love the way that I'm a singer. I'm working late. And I'm a singer. I feel funny. I feel like I'm a funny bitch. No, so I was performing at Sac Pride, and that first time that I did it, that first year, I came off of that stage with like bleeding vocals. Like it was like I fucked it up because like it was so hot. The sun was straight on us. We were burning up. I had backup dancers too, and it was just like a whole thing. I was like, God damn, like this is it. Yes, it was 45 minutes too. So I'm like, fucking, I fucked up my vocal cords so bad. But then the next year I prepared more. I did more like cardio outside while rehearsing. That helps out a lot. Try it. And then the last year I started drinking coconut. I hate coconut milk, like coconut water. Coconut water is disgusting to me. But I drink it to help out with my voice because it helps me stay lubricated, and it works. Like I came off of that show, be like, and I still feel like a bad bitch.
I've had a 45-minute set. The longest set I've done is 30 minutes, which, like, you know, like as a dancer, you intertwine stuff in there, but then like just to give yourself a break because you know you didn't train under Matthew Knowles and Destiny's Child. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but yeah, kudos to like go to that next level too at the same time. I know it's hard.
We're fucking doing this shit. You got your podcast going on. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah, I am excited for this show. And like, I really am trying to distract myself in all the kind of ways because like how can I just tweak out the whole time for days and weeks before the show? Like I've been just trying to like, I literally a couple of days ago, I was laughing. I was just driving. I was like, ah!
That was me on the drive here. I just started laughing. I was like, I'm not even seeing her today. Why am I freaking out like this?
I don't want to be this tweaker, but at the same time, like we know what she do to us, and like we know how hard it is to do what she do. It's like it's amazing. It's nothing less than what she deserves. Like,
so, question for you: if someone were to open for Beyonce, what energy do they need to bring to the stage?
Ooh. Dang, that is a great question. I saw her on the Miss Carter World Tour, and that's the only opener I've ever seen. And I think his name was Luke James, and he was impressive, amazing, sexy. I think that was great because it was like a guy sexy. But then I think a lot of people around me, at least let me just speak for myself. I just kind of was looking at him like, okay, but Beyonce will come out after you and do it way better. So no matter what, she can have anyone open, and then whatever energy they bring, she's gonna do it, and her energy and the other energies that they didn't do, and then I don't know. You just want Beyonce to win in every single corner of the universe. Yeah. Hey, do your little thing. Come on, cute. I mean, he's amazing. He really is amazing. Luke James, like I seen him do something recently this last year. So perfect opener. It could be anybody. It could be Sabrina Carpenter. And like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's Beyonce opened up for herself like she did for the Renaissance. Like, stop playing.
Give us Destiny's Child Beyonce runs.
So good, so good, so good. No, you hate it. But
yes, I was waiting. Yes.
No, it's not. It's not
my favorite is when she's like, I was like, in her face the whole time. She's just like,
and she is.
So I heard from a little bird that it was your birthday yesterday.
Oh, yeah, it was 31.
Nice. What did you do?
Well, we went out on Saturday night to Rocos, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
I used to work around there.
really, it was amazing. I had so many shots in so many people's underwear, but but it was really, really fun. And then I don't know if you heard about Anita. Is a singer from Brazil. And so they played over there. So all my girls are like with their butt up and high and shaking. So we had the night of our lives.
Well, this is something that I always do for people's birthdays. And so in Mexico, we have a song called Las Mañanitas. So I'm going to sing you happy birthday in Spanish. Qué linda está la mañana en que vengo a saludarte. Venimos todos con gusto y placer a felicitarte. Ya viene amaneciendo, ya la luz del día nos dio. Levántate que mañana mira que ya amaneció. Happy birthday. Thank you. Yada, 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 boom, boom, caca. That's what I'm talking about. Anything else you want to add to it?
Nope.
And that's on nope.